Is Reddit really the go-to place for life advice? Well, it does have some golden nuggets of wisdom and some seriously questionable takes. So today, we're diving into Me Too. We have to film, my love, we have to film. So today, we're doing something a little bit different, because why not? And we're diving into some self-improvement advice on following your dreams. What's solid, what's nonsense, and what would I add from my own experience? Let's find out. Good morning, lovely dreamers, and welcome to another video. If you're new here, hi, I'm Maya, this is Aini, and we are here to inspire you to dream, follow those dreams, and do whatever it takes to see them come true. Yes, we are. So if you love improving yourself but are in need of a bestie to encourage you along the way, welcome! We are here for you. If you're a dreamer like me, please consider subscribing and ringing the bell so you don't miss an update. But enough with the chit-chatting, let's get to it. Because today we're having some fun. First things first, big life update. We finally have a bed. Well, it's actually 2 beds, but we love it. What do you think? It's old, it's beautiful, it's heavy, and it's ginormous. It's actually a bit too big for our home, but we loved it so much. And guess what? It was free. Change of scenery, change of location, because I cannot film this with the laptop somewhere in my lap on my bed. What's holding you back from going after your dreams? Asks one user. What's the main reason you're not pursuing your dreams? What are the things that come up as obstacles when you think about your goals and dreams? Oh, by the way, I don't have a lav mic, so that's why I'm using this. Hey, you work with what you got. So, I've always found it intriguing to examine the reasons we give ourselves or others as to why we can't have what we want. Most often, many of them only exist in our minds, not necessarily in reality. So true. I know my limiting beliefs are much less reality-based than my mind makes them out to be. So tell me, what are the reasons you're not pursuing your dreams? And let me guess. Like most of us, it's either fear or not knowing what they are or stuff like that. But let's see what users have to say. One user said, I have no idea what my dreams are. See, I've tried a lot of things and the reality of a hobby/job always disappoints me in the end. My average is about 3 months before I get bored of something. I probably never learned perseverance as a kid and I've had issues focusing my whole life. One, that might be ADHD or some form of ADD, so get yourself tested for that. And 2, I kind of know what you're going through. I've been like this for most of my adult life. The main dreams I've always had, the big dreams I've always had was I wanted to be free, as in not work in a dead-end job in an office surrounded by paperwork and all of that.
That's an unusual one. So, Mr. Scamander fears what more than anything else in the world?
Because that's my biggest fear as well. And I've only known that I want to work for myself and I want to help people with something. Another user said, I want to be a park ranger and help maintain public lands. Aw, that sounds awesome. If I could do it without going bankrupt, all the better. Unfortunately, it seems like getting a job in the NPS is difficult. Didn't even contact me when I tried to sign up to volunteer. I want to work, but work on what's actually important. Not this pencil-pushing office job that crushes my soul. I understand that so well. Wanting to help, wanting to leave this earth a better place for the generations to come. That is a beautiful and a noble pursuit. And yes, this is how the system fails us, because we can't do this as a volunteer because we need to eat, but nobody actually hires us. Another user said, I feel like it's selfish. I've helped my family with many issues my whole life. Now I'm close to moving to another country, which has been my dream since I was a kid. But I feel like I'm selfish and I feel like I abandoned my 12-year-old sister and divorced parents. I'm only 23, but I represent a huge help to both my dad and my mom and sister. And even today, I was debating in my head, why do I feel guilty for wanting to focus on my own life? And why it feels like I have to choose between my family and my own goals. 1, you are not on this planet to parent your parents. That's one big responsibility they have towards you, not the other way around. I know it might feel selfish sometimes to focus on yourself rather than someone you love, and to feel that if you give some time to yourself to pursue what you want to do in life, you're somehow doing a disservice to them, but in the end, you're actually helping them by being your own person, by standing on your own 2 feet, and by doing something for you and to either provide for yourself or to make something of yourself. You're not abandoning them. I mean, even if you're moving to another country, you're not like going no contact with them and see you later, bye-bye. No, that's not the case. You just need to take care of yourself so you can take care of them later maybe. But let them be the parents. Don't let yourself become their parents and your siblings' parent as well. But let's see another response. Age and responsibilities. I am 42 and discovered my passion at 39. Oh, that's young. That's awesome. By that time, I have family and bills to pay. Too much risk to take to pursue passion. If you are in your 20s and have someone to provide food, throw all weight behind your dreams. Good luck. Well, honestly, I have to agree to disagree with this, because you're 42 and yes, you have responsibilities and yes, you found your passion at 39, but unless it's something extremely dangerous that puts your life in danger or it's extremely risky, even if it's financially risky, why not set aside some money, put some money aside and then reinvest that money that you put aside for this dream and try it out. Maybe something good will happen, and if not, at least you've learned your lesson and got it out of your system. I know we've done some crazy stuff and we've been through some not so good investments in the past, like our first business, for example, but we've learned so many lessons from it that it was kind of worth it. So maybe you should try it. Trust me, I get it. The fear of, what if it doesn't work out? It's loud. But what if it does? What if it does work out? What if you surprise yourself? Sometimes the only way to know is to take that one first teeny tiny wobbly step. It's not gonna be perfect, but it's your first step. Okay, this next post, it's a bit controversial. Someone said, follow your dreams. Terrible advice for the vast majority of people. Now, this, let's see why. Now, I get where they're coming from. Not everyone has the luxury to just quit their job and put their life and responsibilities on pause to pursue a dream full time. That's not how life works. That's not how adulting works. But following your dreams doesn't mean quitting your job and running off to be a painter in Paris when you have bills to pay, family to take care of, a contractual rent until next year. But it can mean carving out time, even just 15 minutes a day, either before you go to work or after you've come back from work, to build something that you dream of and that really matters to you. But let's see what they have to say. I hate it when someone is told to follow their dreams because you only live once. If everybody would follow this advice, we would have an excess of untalented artists, actors that get one role a year as a background extra, and influencers with channels about travel, cooking, and their pet. It seems like we already have an excess of the last one though. No actual work would get done. Far too few people are genuinely passionate about waste management or plumbing. Most just roll into it but end up having a pretty good life anyway, since the jobs that less people want to do generally pay relatively better to get people to still be willing to do them. Most people that follow their dreams end up working too hard for too little money, being of little value to society as a whole. Being able to follow your dream works out for only a very small group of people. The rest will likely waste their lives chasing a dream that will never turn into a reality. So it's time to be an adult. See what job you like, or at least able to tolerate, for the right amount of money. Preferably doing something useful for society as a whole. And let's not forget that there is nothing wrong with pursuing your dream as a hobby. Who knows, it might still take off, but don't waste your life trying to reach a goal that you have no serious chance of ever achieving. Oh wow, so this person, they don't really understand how this dreaming works. From my point of view, you can dream of seeing the streets clean and actually start a cleaning company like these twins did. I mean, their dream was to clean. Trust me, there are people out there dreaming about making shoes for some people for a living. There are people in the world dreaming about seeing other people succeed and helping them. There are people out there who just want to see children smile. That's why they dress up as characters from TV shows and comic books and stuff like that, because that's what makes people smile, and they just want to see people smile. Not everyone dreams of being an influencer. Not everybody dreams of having a YouTube channel. Let's see what people had to say. I believe people should follow their dreams as a side hustle or hobby. Focus on making money 9 to 5, then follow your dreams after. If your dreams start making more money than your day job, then you can consider going full time. Another user said, most people who say things like, I followed my dreams and look at me now. When it didn't work out the first time, I just picked myself up and tried again. When they normally miss out in the part when their wealthy parents bailed them out and gave them a huge lump sum of money to follow their dreams. Another user said, I think it's more that everyone's dreams are unrealistic. Mine have always been to be a great father and husband and to make enough money to take care of my family. See, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Your dreams don't have to be owning 3 villas in 3 different countries and only driving super expensive $1 million cars. I mean, that's 1, not something you want, or 2, not realistic. Dreams are extremely personal. Dreams are what you want them to be. So yeah, I think the advice needs tweaking, but not throwing it out altogether. Next, I found a great post about how to actually prepare for your dreams. And this one had some solid advice. Stuff like research, skill building, networking, which are essential, and turning dreams into plans. What I've been babbling on about, and I'm not done. As someone who's jumped in head on without a plan before. Yeah, true, I was 22 years old, but still, let's just say having at least some idea, some plan, some guidelines, some kind of roadmap, that makes a huge difference. What do you think? Are you a planner or more of a, I'll figure it out as I go kind of person? Let me know. But let's say what they had to say. Preparing for dreams. Everyone has or had dreams. However, many miss out on the best that their life has to offer them because they fail to properly prepare. You can choose to be different from others and different from your previous self. Why have a mind if you never change it? Oh. I love this. Being ready prepares you to manage whatever obstacles stand in your way or arise unexpectedly. It means that you refuse to be denied the destiny that is rightfully yours. While it's not possible to be ready for everything, it is possible to be as prepared as you can be for anything that is reasonably foreseeable. Preparation is the key to recognizing, receiving, and experiencing genuine lasting fulfillment. Here. In a world world of few certainties, you can push the odds largely in your favor by recognizing and grasping the opportunities that fill our world, and that means being ready. Get the basics of your life under control. Get the basics of your life under control. Exactly what I've been saying. If you don't know what I mean, check out this video. Get and remain in intellectual control. Read, 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 and read again. Always learn something new. Self-educate. Self-improve. Exactly what I've been saying. Another point. Develop your authentic self. Here. Find your true self and be your true self. Stop wearing masks. Stop feeling awkward or sorry for liking what you like, for being who you want to be. You will find your circle, you will find your people, but if you're not authentic and if you're not real and if you're not you will never be happy. Anyway, consistently develop your capabilities. Here. How many times do I have to say this? Keep on educating yourself, especially if your dream is something to do with your career, with your profession. You will never achieve the top level unless you keep on learning and learning and learning. That's valid in everything, actually. But hey, build reserves to manage the setbacks. Again, taking care of your finances helps you take care of your dreams. Everyone is walking their own path with a unique journey, a unique destination, and a unique legacy. Whatever your dreams are, start preparing for them now. Opportunities are everywhere for those ready to recognize them. Dreams can be large or small, and some can take a very long time to come to pass. Just keep going and plan to succeed. When you do, the odds are in your favor. Exactly what I've been saying all along, and what I'm going to continue to say until every single one of you listens to me and actually does this. Your dream doesn't have to be career based. It can be, I want to learn how to cook and to actually cook something delicious. It can be as simple as that. It can be as complex as, I want to own a historical building that is valued at over 1.2 million euros in the city center of my hometown. Why? Because I love that beautiful building and I want to see that beautiful building brought back to life. And maybe I just want to live in it. Maybe I want to turn it into a B&B. Who knows? Your dreams can be super simple or super complex, but you need to prepare for them. Ooh, I have another one for you. And this is interesting to say the least. Ooh, this one. One person wrote, I don't know if I want to follow my dreams anymore. And they say this. Probably a lot of people in this sub would agree that a bunch of us raised by our family with the idea that we're smart and capable of studying and learning all the things, any discipline that we want to. I was one of that bright students as well, but I guess growing up with the idea that you didn't have to work on things to accomplish some things did not affect me well. Well, my parents didn't have any higher education degree, but they did their best to encourage and support me and my brother financially and motivationally about getting a proper education. I am the first child. I was a pretty curious girl, and even though I didn't put too much effort on studying during elementary and middle school, all of my grades were pretty good. I was good at learning a foreign language, and I was good at maths and science. I had writing skills and patent back then. I was curious and interested in a lot of different things. My teachers would adore me, although I was not a very social child. I was always kind and helpful to my classmates, etc. Are you me? This sounds very familiar, but I'm an only child, so yeah. Everything went well till I hit the puberty. Everything went all of a sudden. So my academic life, I've been zooming out all the time. I couldn't study at all. I've been pretty depressed and anxious about my thoughts. About several years later, I was diagnosed with OCD. I couldn't keep myself interested in school, but my parents, my other relatives, and all the other people that knew me well kept the idea that I would be going to places, and I've always worried that I was going to disappoint them. I graduated high school. I didn't know what to do, which path to follow. I just knew that I love to learn new things and different systems and slash mechanisms. I've been thinking about studying linguistics. A couple of months later, I changed my mind and decided to study molecular biology and genetics. Wow. After a year, I started to study chemical engineering. At the end of the first semester, I said, that's not for me. Now I am a 24-year-old microbiology student with no enthusiasm, curiosity, and the will to graduate. I've always dreamed that I would keep my enthusiasm about learning. I don't want to do anything right now. I've tried pretty hard to get out of bed and trying to get my shit together. Even though it went well for a couple of months, it always came to an end. I don't want to be a scientist. I don't want to be in academia or work in the laboratory of a food company. But there's this feeling inside me that says it's not too late. You can still be a scientist. If I can accept that I am simply a lazy person and I am not that smart, I can move on and let go of these dreams. I'm really tired and I don't know what to do. Oh, honey. My advice to you is this. Could you get maybe a pause on your studies and try to explore something else in the meantime? Do some traveling. Change your scenery, explore something else that might interest you. Maybe you've lost your passion. Try to find out why you've lost your passion. Were you always interested in becoming a scientist, or something just shifted in the meantime? Are the factors influencing this decision of not following your dreams external or internal? You need to think about this. This is serious. So let's see what users had to say. Sometimes you lose your dreams along the way, or they change. I'm 43. As a teen, I wanted to do theater. Now I work in academic library in a non-librarian desk support role. Circulation minions aren't librarians, contrary to popular belief. I like it though. It gives me a lot of time to focus on my family and watch TV. See, it's very simple. Dreams change. And even though, let's say, you start out by, okay, I want to be a scientist. I started out by, okay, I wanted to be a photographer, but guess what? I'm not anymore. Why? Because I've realized that being a photographer isn't something that truly makes me happy. And it's fine to change your mind. It's okay to say, okay, I thought I wanted this, but now I want something else. What? I have no idea. That's why I was asking, can you take a sabbatical? I've learned more about business and about money and about what to do and what not to do by failing my businesses that I started during school, and I never went back and I never got my degree. That's why I said, if you can stick it out and have your degree so you have a stable career, you can do that. But if you have a passion project that is actually able to bring you some money and to actually help you have a stable income and a stable life, why not try doing that? I mean, you're young, you're 20 something. You have all the time in the world to make some mistakes and find out what you really want to do. So do just that. And last but not least, a user said this: I have all these big dreams but no motivation to get there. I have all these ambitions for my career, fitness, social life. But it's like that saying that goes something like, I love the end goal but hate the journey. I just have no motivation or even discipline to get there at all. I just spend every day doing stupid, unproductive and fantasizing about this better, more productive version of me who actually meets his goals. But of course, none of these things ever actually happen because I can't even force myself to do them. I hate this conflict I have of feeling guilty at the same time as I'm doing things to fuel this guilt. I don't even know what to do anymore. I feel like my life will just never change and I'll be this dumb loser for the rest of my life. 1. You're not a dumb loser, so stop saying that about yourself and to yourself. Maybe you feel tired because your day-to-day responsibilities actually drain the energy from you, and that's why you you can't get yourself to start. But ultimately, what I want to say is just start doing. Then, when you see some results, then the motivation will kick in. But if you keep on waiting for that motivation to come, you'll never start. Look at me. It took me 8 years. 8 freaking years to start a YouTube channel. Why? Because I kept on telling myself, oh, maybe, oh, maybe, oh, maybe. Or waiting for that, I don't know, kick in the butt, I guess, from motivation to actually start. Stop waiting on motivation. Just start doing. Plan it and do it. And you're saying you're not disciplined to get there. Build it in small, tiny steps. I didn't have any discipline when I started my journey of losing weight. I was at my heaviest a couple of years ago, right before our wedding, and I didn't just wait for motivation to start me, or I didn't just say, okay, from tomorrow I'll wake up at 7 and I'll do this and this and this and this and this, and in 6 months I'll be fit and everything. But no, that doesn't work if you don't have the energy or you don't know where to start. I said, okay, this week I want to go from not exercising to 5 kilometers on a static bike, because that's what I used to lose 30 kilograms, almost 30 kilograms. And when the first 7 days were done, I actually got to 10 kilometers. Why? Because by day 3, I realized 5 kilometers was nothing, and it was so easy to accomplish, and it took so little time that I just wanted more. So then I said, great, I'll keep 10 kilometers for 2 weeks, but by the end of the month, I want to get to 15. Fun fact, by the end of the month, I got to 20 kilometers per day cycling, which again, I didn't plan to do it. It just happened. Then I said, great, I need to start drinking more water. Again, starting from day 1, I usually drank 2 liters a day, 2.5 liters of water per day. But when you want to lose weight, you need to drink more. So I said, okay, great, I need to get to 4 liters a day in a month. I got myself time to gradually increase the good stuff that I was putting in and the work that I was putting in, and I created a schedule for myself. It didn't happen overnight, and it needed some tweaks here and there, because if I just made it as I thought it would be great, I would have needed like 4 hours a day just to take care of myself, and who the hell has 4 hours a day to take care of themselves? Nobody. I mean, seriously, nobody does. But you gradually increase it. You gradually put on more on your plate. Don't stress about it. Start small. Start with something you can manage. 5 minutes a day, 10 minutes a day, 15 minutes a day. Start with that and keep on adding, keep on adding, keep on adding. Whew. All right, lovely dreamers. That was an experience. So, what have we learned from Reddit today? Dreams are complicated, messy, and sometimes extremely confusing, or in some cases non-existent, because some people just don't know where to start. But that doesn't mean they are impossible. It's about taking steps, no matter how small, how teeny tiny, every single day, and figuring things out along the way. And most importantly, taking care of yourself in the process. So tell me, lovely dreamers, which of these Reddit takes do you agree with the most? Or maybe do you have your own story to share? Drop it in the comments. I would love to hear your stories. And if you've enjoyed this style of video from me, please let me know. Maybe I'll do some more in the future. And if you're curious to learn more about me, check out this next video. And always remember to dream, follow, and do.